Do you like doing this interview?
Would be weird to say.
No, I don't, and then you just leave.
Yeah. I'm out of it.
It's on.
Okay. So there was a question that he asked me which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me what's different in your life now after leaving your design compared to before?
Oh, a lot. Nowadays I feel like I don't have any pressure. I'm free of pressure. And I don't act so quickly, spontaneously. If something is coming, if I'm not sure, I don't do anything, I just wait. So waiting is something that I have learned. And it's somehow it has been giving me a lot of space. That there is no, I don't need to be part of everything because I don't have to react. I just to wait things to come, and then I feel inside me that if I'm going to do something or not. And then one thing that is really freeing is that the mind is not the thing that I should follow. The mind is always telling you lots of things, and that's all. It's happening still, but it's easier to understand that okay, it's just mind is just like tag yakking all the time, and it's easier to just kind of wait and it goes away.
How do you feel like you're using your energy now?
It's really it's easy. And when I hear a question like you asked me, would I like to come? It was like, yeah, immediately. And it's then I know that okay, I'm there, I'm going, and that's okay. And I definitely feel if something is like, no. So then I know that I am not putting my energy into something that I really don't want to.
How long have you been in this experiment?
I think 7 years. Yeah, long time. Oh my God.
You were in France with me.
Yeah.
That was 7 years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. Lots have happened since then.
Yeah. What are the biggest changes in your life? What would you say?
It's the like the using the energy, not believing what the mind is telling you, because it's telling lots of bullshit. Almost everything that is telling me it's bullshit. Kind of, it's like, oh my God. And some kind of inner peace, that I'm in peace myself. I don't need to prove myself to anyone. And I feel like if someone is not liking me, whatever. If they like me, okay. And that's the kind of that I don't need to please people. of course, I don't need to be rude, but I don't need to do something to please them, especially to make someone to like me.
What are the challenges in living your design after 7 years into the experiment? You still have challenges.
Oh yes. Unemotional side is one. That sometimes when I don't know how and where or when it comes, but other people's emotional shit hits on me, and especially when it's kind of anger or that kind of really strong, like we used to think that it's the bad things that is making me angry, then it's like shit hits the fan. You don't want to be there at the time, so that is that's hard sometimes, but it's getting easier though. And open ego is even more worse, because I always think that I'm no good and I don't do enough, and that's a little bit pushing me. But still but now somehow when I listen to my body, my sacral, I don't need to show myself, I don't need to act or put myself in every situation that like I have been doing before, so it is easier. But that's still something that is in my mind, that I'm no good, I have to do more, I'm not fast enough, like I should go to gym, I should run or whatever. It's nagging my self-esteem. That's the thing, that more on that side, comparing to that I should do this or that. It's like putting me down. But it's when I have those bad days, when I wait, I know it's always going away. It's like it can be like one day that I'm really down, but when I wait, I know always it goes away, and it goes away every time, so I don't jump off the balcony. I just don't go there. So no, but it goes away.
So you can just hold on to jumping off the balcony for one day. You don't have to.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Yeah, yeah. It's that's the putting myself down. That's the worst thing. That it's always try to remember. Hey, come on, stop that, because that's not good.
Do you have a story that you'd like to share of something that happened where you saw what happened when you followed your sacral, or what happened when you didn't, and kind of what the results were?
Not really a story, but in a way that if I do something that I don't really want, and I start doing a thing that I no one is asking me to do it, really straightforward, and I start doing it, and I do it, and it doesn't go well. It's something is always happening, that it's like, come on, stop, you are not supposed to do it, and then you are doing it, and then you find out that, oh my god, I shouldn't do it, but you are there already in the middle of the shit. And one thing that I already learned in France exactly, there were two guys talking about something on the dinner table or somewhere, and I was there with them, and they were talking. The other one was asking the other one something, and I knew the answer, and I started to speak 3 times about that thing, and they were not listening at all. They were like I'm total air to them. And they were talking about the thing that they didn't even know what what was the result, and I knew the answer. So that kind of taught me that if someone is not asking me anything, because my asana and head center, they are defined, so I find myself knowing answers, not always, but sometimes, yeah. And if I'm not asked the question, just stay out of it. So that's the one thing that is just to stay out and wait. And I find myself in the situation, if someone is asking me things and I know the answer, they are really listening what I'm saying and what I'm teaching them to do, whatever that thing is. They really want to know then when they ask. Yeah.
Can you recall the wildest experience you had in a response? Like you responded and then you were like, oh shit. Like it took you somewhere completely unexpected. Do you have something like that?
Wildest? Yeah, there has been. But one I remember, I don't want to go to specifics, but I was mad to someone and I wanted to stay home. I was lying in the bed. I don't remember, was it morning or daytime, but I was still kind of asleep. And I was like, I'm going to stay home, I'm not going anywhere. And then that person came to ask me, do you want to come somewhere? And I was like, mm-hmm. And then I was like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? It was so straight. My mind was like, I'm going to stay home, I'm not going anywhere. And then, what to do? So I went.
And how was it?
It was okay. I think that if I would have stayed home, I would have been pissed all day. So it was okay to go. But it was really weird. Really, really weird. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago. So it was the kind of the first thing that I really noticed, that your mind can think another thing, and when you are asked, your sacral is telling you something else. And I could feel it. I was at the same time that my sacral was saying yes, I was thinking no. So it was really weird. Like 2 voices in me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to share, like something that you feel like you would like to tell the world?
I think you need to be open. Open to things, and don't judge things. Like if you are asked to go somewhere, to meet someone or whatever, just be open. Because I have met lots of people afterwards, and I have learned not to judge people, to be open and understand other people, that where what kind of mindset they are, even if they know human design or not, but understand that they look differently. They don't see things like I see. And they have their own past, their own world that they have been living in. And they think so differently. So I'm just learned how to understand different kind of people, whomever they are, wherever they come, what their religion is, to kind of accepting that it's there. Of course, you don't need to understand and accept bad things, even if they are there. You just see that, okay, yeah, that's it, that happened or something. But that's accepting that people are human. So you can't change how people are. Just you can, if something is wrong, you think that something is wrong, the best thing to do is to look in the mirror, because you can't do anything about what the other person is doing. You can also, of course, you can say that, okay, I don't like that, but changing your own behavior is changing the other one. So what was the question?
I really see that as the second color that you have, the hope, because me and Hannele were both about fixing things and fixing people. This is wrong, it has to be fixed, you know?
Okay.
And you are the opposite. If you start trying to fix people, it's terrible. But then you have this I think very interesting way of accepting people and seeing what they are, and just not trying to judge them and fix them. And I think it's really it's like a fresh air.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that somehow I feel that hope in me, that there's always hope. Of course, everyone's life there's always hope, but I feel it that there's always hope. I'm not in despair that it's like everything is fucked, but it's like there's always hope. It can be, it doesn't mean that it's always that the hope is there if, like in a relationship, hope to get to be with a certain person, but still, if that kind of if that relationship is breaking down, there's always hope not to get back with that one, but always hope to be somewhere else. So it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really kind of freeing to know that the hope is there.
Do you like doing this interview?
Would be weird to say.
No, I don't, and then you just leave.
Yeah, I'm out of it.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
I have no idea.
What is your ambition in life?
Good Lord.
How do you deal with interviews and the not-self world and the people that might try to push you? Or if they ask you questions like this, like what do you do? How do you deal with that?
I think I will look them like, in 5 years, I have no idea. I answer, I have no idea.
What if you're at
Because
work?
just life is changing. Life is always changing. You never know what. Oh my God! If someone would have told me when was it I moved? That in this past like 10 or more years, 10 years ago, that I will move to Oulu. First Pyhäjoki, then to Oulu, find a guy, marry, divorce, go to France 4 times, and then come back and live in Espoo, where I never would have thought that I would live. There was always like, I am never going to live in Espoo. Only weird people live in Espoo. Now I'm here. So there is no, if someone is really asking me that question in the interview, I will say, I have no idea.
Okay, so what do you still find that some people are trying to pressure you, like at work? And if so, how do you deal with it?
Yeah, I can feel that kind of pressure, that someone is trying to kind of push me, that some things needs to do right now, of course. But it's different. I don't feel it like it's really a pressure that someone is really pushing me. If someone is, like my boss is telling me that this is the thing, you need to do this right now. Normally it's like, I do it. So I think that the work is okay for me. Otherwise it will be like, go away. You know, but it's, yeah. So it's not a problem for me if someone is telling me that you have to do right now. Yeah, something about G. That is, I have it defined. So I'm never lost. I have a feeling that I'm always home. My home is wherever I lay my hat. So that's my I'm always home. It might be, yeah, but wherever I have lived, I have felt that I'm home. Or if I'm just 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever time that I'm somewhere else, even in someone's home or something, I feel that I'm home. That's my place. And I don't have the feeling that I need to move, kind of. And I always find my way. I never lost if I'm out there driving or going anywhere. I'm not lost. I can drive into the wrong direction, but I always find my way. So I don't feel lost in life, in driving or where I live or like that. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I like it. And I'm actually quite happy that I am unemotional. Maybe it's sometimes when I see that someone emotional is really going through lots of stuff, and if I feel it really strongly, I don't know if I want to be in that roller coaster because I feel it really strong. So I don't know how they feel it, but I'm glad to be like this. I wouldn't change anything in me. I'm happy.
I think that's the best thing that human design can give you, is you can really accept yourself. I wouldn't change a thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, for a long time I wanted to. Like, if I could only have... and now I'm like, no, I don't want anything to be different.
Yeah, it takes time, because if you see your open centers, you might think that I don't have that.
Yeah.
But it's like focusing like comparing that I don't have that kind of apartment or I don't have that kind of car or sofa or whatever. Don't ignore that. Just think what you have. So it's like, yeah, I'm really happy like this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shifting the perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you want to say something about the throat center?
Yeah, that's something that I have learned to be quiet. I feel that I don't necessarily have had the feeling that I need to be speaking all the time, but somehow I have learned to be quiet. I don't need to make the noise, make sound if someone is with me in the room and it's quiet, we don't speak. I feel really comfortable. I don't have the pressure to speak. I don't have to speak all the time. And I know that I have been speaking a lot when I learned to speak before I learned to walk. So I have been speaking a lot, I have heard. So when sometimes people are saying that you are so quiet, are you angry or what's happening? Why are you not saying anything? What's happening? And I sometimes say that you must remember this as a day that I don't speak, because it's really comfortable to be quiet. Don't have to talk a lot, and that has changed somehow. So I can easily be in the car with a friend and drive like 100 or 200 kilometers without saying nothing. And I don't know what... with some people I feel that they can be quiet too with me. They don't need to talk. I don't know if it's something that is in me that is affecting them, or because I don't know everyone's design, so I don't know what it is. And music, that's important for me. But it's in the middle.
Individual. Acoustic.
Channel of the beat or rhythm, which is it?
The beat.
Yeah, that's
214. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the middle. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I had this experience a few days ago. I was working and I had this pressure to speak to the person that I was working with. And you know, I just had this voice in my head of all kinds of questions I could ask him. And it was just nagging me, like this pressure. And at some point I kind of let go, but then I still asked. I kind of watched myself asking it. Was kind of okay, but there was something that was disturbing, and I think it's because of that voice that I had that was just pushing me. And the next day I had the same voice, like all kinds of, I could ask this or that, and then I kind of just really ignored it, like, you don't have a say. You just watch. And then the whole day was really nice. I had, you know, I spoke when I spoke or when I didn't, and the conversation whenever we went, and it was really nice. Like,
Yeah, it's freeing.
uh-huh.
And for me, I feel that the combination of my asana, head and throat center,
Yeah.
that is that I have lots of information in my head.
Yeah.
But when I'm asked and I speak, people are listening. So then it's really freeing thing. And if I start, start speaking, pushing myself, giving my knowledge without asking, it's not working. So it's really, that's why it's kind of really settling.
You know how the perspective changes as you start to listen to your inner self, let's say, and then you can compare, like you did, like you could just compare. My life is different. I don't do this anymore. I feel at ease, like you said, peaceful.
Yeah, and it's getting better. It's not like you are, like someone has been changing. Is it something that I need to change?
Yeah.
No, but it is. It's not. It's like it's not changing you. You are changing with it. It's like you don't need to change. If you just live it, then it changes you kind of automatically.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like the change happens on its own. You're just watching it happen.
Yeah, you don't realize it. Like if I think that what I learned, what I've experienced since these 7 years, it's like, oh my goodness, really? That I have learned so much about me in these last 7 years, that my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's getting better. That it's not, I haven't been changing in the kind of, in the bad way. It's really, really nice, really nice. And I of course I have seen that some people that I feel that they haven't been good, not bad versus bad, but good people for me, not in my life, that they have just like gone away. And then it has been changing somehow. A lots of new friends. Quite many. Yeah.
And it also becomes easier, I guess, like the longer you're in this experiment, to easier and easier to let go of the mind.
Definitely, yeah.
It's not like first time you're kind of like, oh no, what's gonna happen if I don't do what my mind tells me? And then the more you do that, the more you just become like, oh yeah, I'm not listening to that. and you're okay, like you know it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's always gonna be okay. The things, if you have a certain type of problem or thing that you it's not solving right away, and you think that, oh my God, I have a problem, what to do now? And it's always going well. Maybe you don't get the thing that you want, the job or apartment or whatever. Maybe it's not that one, that's not for you, but it will come out in some other way. And it's always good for you. If your head is telling you that it's awful, this is bad and I can't bear it and everything, that it's nagging you and you feel like, oh my God, I can't live like this or whatever. But if you just wait, it will always be good for you. You don't get bad things. It's not shit what you are getting. Just wait and see. It's really hard to wait. Sometimes to wait and see. When you feel that, oh my God, I have to get the job, I need to pay my bills or whatever, then it's really that stuff. But it's always going well. And it's kind of, if I get the thing that I want, that I think I need, it doesn't make me any happier. And if I don't get it, and the time will pass, like days or week or something, I feel that, oh my God, that is even better. So,
it's a relief.
Yeah. And you see that later on, you see that if I would have getting that apartment or whatever, you would have chosen totally wrong. So it's like, you just need to understand that everything will work out fine, whatever that is.
That's the hope again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I was actually thinking that.
Yeah.
It's good. I know a few hope people. I think it's nice. Maybe it can be nice for them as well to hear from hope people. You know, because you all resonate to that frequency.
So, how did you find your sacral? Did you have to actually practice the sounds, or like?
No, I've been always using my voice, like my inner voice, like or But I have been. I remember that people have been putting me down because of it. Just telling me that speak up. Like I just spoke. I just answered. Don't you hear it? Or something. So it was easy for me. And when I first heard about it in France, in the reading, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because it's really easy. And if someone is asking me a direct question, it comes immediately, yes or no. Sometimes I don't get any answer. It just takes time. I don't know how and why or what is it, but I trust the voice. And I was going to tell you. If someone is asking me, like for dinner, do you want red or white wine? Like two things in the same question. Oh my God, it's not going to work. We have fish on the table, and then my mind starts the ping pong game. Fish. I should drink white wine because it's supposed to be with the fish. And I don't like the white wine. What is it? It's bitter. It tastes like earwax or something. Oh my God, I can't stand it. And it's just like. And then that's it. So it's like red wine always. Or if someone is asking me on the evening time that do you want coffee or tea? I have been drinking, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee. If I drink it, so 7 o'clock. If I drink coffee now, I won't sleep, and it's it's terrible. It's really terrible. So it's really easy.
It's better to ask you, do you want coffee? Then you don't have to think.
No, yeah. And sometimes that even happens that I'm like, I want coffee, and then I think, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock in the evening and I should sleep. So what to do? Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, it's true.
Living on the edge.
Yeah.
But it's really like you think about these examples, they're so mundane. Like so everyday things, and the mind freaks out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. I shouldn't drink coffee. Like it's a life and death. And it's like, dude, we're just here.
Yeah.
But it's like it's the mind's ability to make anything into a huge analytical story.
Yeah, it can help other person, but not you. Yeah, you can use it as a computer to help other people, but for you, don't listen.
Being a generator is easy, huh?
Really easy.
It's, you know, like I tell generators, if I do a session with somebody, I say you have the easiest design, if you're unemotional especially. It's so easy. And I love explaining it. Because you just know. There's no afterthought. So you know, you're a generator, you respond, you have no you have an afterthought, but you can really trust that. If you're emotional generator, it's like, I'm still, yeah, I don't know, and then the mind gets in. And then you have to listen to it until you know. And it can take time.
Yeah.
But being a generator with no emotional definition, easiest thing ever. It's like, I don't know if this is Ra's example, but saying like a hot knife in butter. This is how I can see the life being, you know. And you know, if I watch people who experiment like you or my friend Dan, like when you get it, it's so simple.
Yeah, it's not complicated. You don't need to read 500 pages of the book and memorize everything. You just need to know that you have a sacral, and if you are unemotional or emotional. That's kind of the basic. And then you keep your mouth shut and listen what comes inside.
That's really nicely put together. Keep your mouth shut and you listen to your body.
Yeah, the one thing that you were asking earlier about the really sudden things, I don't remember how you phrase it, but the things that I have been answering was the time that Outi was asking me, do you want to come to France with me? And I said, And then I was asking, what are we going to do there? I hadn't any idea of human design before that. And still I answered, yeah. And I was like, okay, yes, let's go, let's buy the tickets and everything. I was really straightforward, I'm going there. So that was the first time that I was really going. And then she explained to me something about human design. So yeah, that was really unexpected. Remembering the thing that I was unemployed, maybe, yeah, and I didn't have any money. I was still going to France. So don't regret of going there.
Yeah, you don't need money if you have your response.
No. I got someone paid for me.
Yeah, magical things happen. I mean, I'm not saying that you're gonna get a lot of travels and everything's gonna, you know, like, but you know, the money's not the thing that you make decisions with. You use your sacral and then you're like, oh fuck. We done?
Yeah. All right.